going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They've seen this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Fed Chairman Powell speaking on cryptos. Now guys, the most important question that was asked is that our CBDCs legal? And we had no one give the correct answer. And the answer is no. I've been told you they have to change the Banking Act in order to make that happen. You got the European guy smiling because he knows it's illegal. And guys, what's crazy about it, do not forget, when Ripple, Xrp made its run, when XLM made its run, it was during the time of what? When they were moving that money over to Venezuela. And they know this is illegal, guys. That's right. Remember, I care not who makes the laws if I control your money supply. If I'm printing the money, I make the rules. And guys, we see XLM, XRP all over in Asia. And you guys know I've went over it several times about the Asian connection. The rise of China. As Jerome has stated, we're not rushing anything. Why are they not rushing it, guys? Because we know China, Asia is going to lead us into this fourth industrial revolution. There's only going to be 1% of these cryptos that are going to make it. And the Fed is going to choose who lives and dies. As always, look at big tech. If you're an old man like me, you saw it with your own eyes. Jerome Powell speaks of the global stablecoin, and we know that's going to be the Chinese yuan, backed by digital SDR. Jerome Powell also spoke of algorithms. Guys, how many videos have I done on algorithms? That's right, we have the New World Order programming the agenda. So of course they're going to discriminate. It's going to be the same Hegelian dialectic that we have now. But this time, guys, you won't have anybody to sue. And they know this. Look at the corporation. A corporation is an entity that has more power than you do. If you have my book, you understand this. Because I show you that when it comes to the New World Order, everything is planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Reserve currency. We don't need to rush this project, and we don't need to be first to market. A dollar CBDC would have potentially large implications here and around the world, and we'll be sure to think carefully about all of that and engage very broadly with the public around the world, and particularly here in the United States, before we even approach a decision. And so we're collaborating with MIT on a multi-year effort to build a hypothetical digital currency for central bank use.
Jurisdictions. I think half of the central bank survey said they weren't sure. Is it legal to create this kind of thing at the moment in either the US or Europe? Chairman Powell and then Jens Wiedemann?
We would. That's a good question, and we would not proceed with this without support from Congress. And I think that would ideally come in the form of an authorizing law, rather than us trying to interpret our law to enable this. So I think that's how we would look at it.
What about the situation in Europe? Is it legal in Europe?
I think by the time we will proceed with, or if we proceed with the central bank digital currency, you can be sure that the legal basis will be sound. And I think it's important.
With Jay on this one, to what degree do you think the US regulators are actually awake to these issues around AI and credit scoring and the changes in the financial system? And how can the Fed respond to that?
So we're very much awake to that set of issues and very focused on that set of issues. And the issue, it really comes down to algorithms that allocate credit. That everyone's using these very fast turnarounds. And what you find is, in many cases, it's an algorithm. It is acting in a discriminatory way because of the way it's constructed. In other words, in a way that discriminates against certain people without any economic basis. And so, we're very focused on that issue. We've met with, the top data scientists at all of the private companies that are not even ones that are not in the, the financial sector. And we've been working on this for a couple of years now and providing guidance and understanding it. And financial institutions do have to understand that their algorithms have to work and have to allocate credit in a way that doesn't discriminate against for non-economic reasons, even inadvertently, because it's an algorithm. It doesn't know what it's doing, but nonetheless, the result can be discriminatory. So it's not an easy issue, but the banks are quite well aware of it, and we are. And as I mentioned, we've got top data science working on it here and in the front to do that. So turning to your question, crypto assets, which we call them crypto assets, they're highly volatile, see Bitcoin, and therefore not really useful as a store of value, and they're not backed by anything. They're more of an asset for speculation. So they're also not particularly in use as a means of payment. It's more a speculative asset that's essentially a substitute for gold rather than for the dollar. And I think with crypto assets, the public needs to understand the risks. The principal thing is there's the volatility. There's also the outsized energy requirement for mining, and the fact that they're not backed by anything, which I mentioned. Certainly an improvement over crypto assets, I would say. But nonetheless, where does the credibility come from? It comes from that sovereign currency that is the backstop. The thing is, existing sovereign currencies are issued with the benefit of the public in mind. The potentially fast and wide adoption of a global stablecoin, potentially a global currency governed only by the incentives of a private company, is something that will deserve and will receive the highest level of regulatory expectations. And is regulation where it needs to be on global stablecoins yet? It's not, but we're making progress. Nonetheless, stablecoins may have a role to play with appropriate regulation, but that role will not be to form the basis of a new global monetary system. Private stablecoins are not going to be an appropriate substitute for a sound monetary system based in central bank